Have you ever found yourself stuck in a cycle of blaming others, or maybe even blaming yourself for the things you couldn't control? Does it feel like life has been nothing but a series of challenges that have defined who you are today? You might even feel like you've missed out on years of your life, years that could have been spent on happiness, growth, or simply being at peace. If you're struggling with this, know you're not alone. The feeling of being a victim to your circumstances can weigh you down in ways that affect your mental health, relationships, and even your ability to find peace with who you are. But here's the truth: you can break free. Today, we're going to explore how to let go of that victimhood mentality and reclaim your power. This is more than just a motivational talk. This is about giving you real, actionable steps to transform your life. Before we dive in, if you're ready to begin this journey of growth, healing, and self-empowerment, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join the Wise Valley community. You're not just here to listen, you're here to make a change. Let's start by understanding what the victimhood mentality really is. It's that voice inside your head that tells you the world is against you, that you are helpless, powerless, or trapped in circumstances that you can't control. And it's not always obvious when we fall into this mindset. In fact, it can feel like a coping mechanism when life becomes overwhelming. So why does this happen? Why do so many of us get stuck in this mentality? There are emotional, psychological, and environmental factors at play. The first reason is emotional pain. Often when we experience trauma, neglect, or loss, it creates a deep emotional wound. As children, we don't have the coping mechanisms we need to process these emotions. As a result, we carry this pain with us into adulthood. We begin to feel like victims of our circumstances, unable to break free from the emotions tied to past experiences. If your past was filled with hardship or neglect, it can be easy to identify with that victimhood. But here's the thing: while your past shapes you, it doesn't have to define your future. Psychologically, the victimhood mentality often stems from a deep sense of low self-worth. When we don't believe in our own abilities to change or improve our lives, we begin to think that everything that happens to us is out of our control. Over time, we internalize this belief, making it harder to see ourselves as active participants in our own healing. Additionally, humans have a tendency to seek meaning in their struggles. It's easier to say, "I am the victim of this situation," than to confront the fact that sometimes life just happens. The problem is that by framing yourself as a victim, you rob yourself of the opportunity to take control and make a change. Your environment plays a huge role as well. If you grew up in an environment where victimhood was normalized, it's easy to adopt that mindset yourself. Perhaps you were raised in a family or community where complaining, blaming others, or focusing on hardship was the norm. This can create a cycle where you start to believe that being a victim is your identity, and it becomes your default response to any challenge. But here's the harsh truth: staying in a victimhood mentality is not only holding you back from healing, it's preventing you from living your life to its fullest potential. By continuing to identify as a victim, you remain trapped in your pain and past experiences. You might be emotionally stuck, unable to break free from negative thought patterns. You could even find yourself making excuses, avoiding challenges, or remaining passive, all because you've convinced yourself that you have no control. And in the process, you lose your ability to be the creator of your own story. So, how do we break free from this? How do we stop living in a state of self-pity and move toward empowerment? I'm going to break it down for you. These steps are actionable, practical, and designed to help you take immediate control of your mindset. You don't have to wait for a big breakthrough. You can start today. Step 1. Acknowledge the past, but don't let it define you. The first step to breaking free from victimhood is acknowledging your past and the pain you've experienced. This doesn't mean reliving every detail or allowing it to consume you. It means recognizing it, understanding its impact on your life, and then making the conscious decision to no longer let it define your future. For example, let's say you had a difficult childhood. Maybe you were neglected, or maybe you grew up in a stressful environment. Acknowledge that this happened and allow yourself to feel the emotions associated with it. But, and this is key, don't let it be the lens through which you view every aspect of your life. You are not your past. Instead of saying, "This happened to me and that's why I am the way I am," start saying, "This happened to me, but it does not define me. I have the power to change, to heal, and to move forward." Step 2. Take responsibility for your healing. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. Taking responsibility for your healing means understanding that it's up to you to work through your emotions, seek therapy if needed, and take steps to improve your mental health. A great example of this is someone who has suffered from anxiety. Instead of blaming external circumstances for their anxiety, they start to seek solutions, whether that's therapy, mindfulness, or simply making healthier choices in their daily life. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you have to do it alone. It just means acknowledging that your healing is in your hands and committing to take action. Step 3. Shift your mindset from victim to creator. Now, this is where the real change happens. The most powerful shift you can make is changing your mindset from being a victim to being the creator of your own life. This means taking ownership of your choices, your actions, and your future. One way to do this is by practicing gratitude. When you focus on what you can control and appreciate what's good in your life, you create a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It's a simple, yet incredibly powerful tool that helps shift your focus from what's wrong to what's going well. Another technique is to visualize your desired future. Close your eyes and imagine what your life would look like if you were living as the creator of your own story, free from the chains of your past. What would you do differently? How would you carry yourself? This visualization can inspire real-life action. Step 4. Let go of blame and forgive. Forgiveness is a crucial part of breaking free from victimhood. You may need to forgive others who have wronged you, but equally important is forgiving yourself for holding on to pain and resentment. Holding on to blame keeps you stuck in the past and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiving yourself allows you to release the burden of guilt or shame that's weighing you down. It frees you to make different choices and embrace a future filled with possibility. Let me share the story of Emily, a woman in her mid-30s who spent most of her life feeling like a victim. She grew up in a household where emotional support was scarce and her parents were often absent. As a result, she internalized the belief that she wasn't worthy of love, success, or happiness. Emily found herself trapped in unhealthy relationships and struggling with anxiety, believing that nothing would ever change. One day she realized she couldn't keep blaming her past. She began therapy, started journaling about her feelings, and focused on taking small steps to improve her mental health. Over time, Emily shifted her mindset. She forgave herself for the mistakes she had made and began seeing herself as someone capable of creating a brighter future. Now, Emily is in a loving relationship, pursuing her career goals and living a life that's no longer dictated by her past. She didn't wait for her circumstances to change. She took action, shifted her mindset, and reclaimed her power. The power to break free from victimhood lies within you. You can reclaim control of your life, heal from your past, and create a future filled with possibility. It won't be easy, but the first step is always the hardest, and you've already taken it by watching this video. Now it's time to take action. Start today by acknowledging your past, taking responsibility for your healing, shifting your mindset, and practicing forgiveness. Small steps lead to big changes. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who may need to hear this message. And of course, hit that subscribe button to join the Wise Valley community. Together, we can continue to grow, heal, and create lives we're proud of. Take control. You're no longer a victim. You're the creator of your story. Let's make it a great one.